So, willkommen zurück. YouTube. Und ich würde sagen, wir gehen nach Kamakura. Wir fahren nach Kamakura. I came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I'd thought of coming here to apologize to Mai Kawana countless times, but I couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. I think of the fear and hurt in her eyes, and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about that day, and about how I lost control. Hopefully, she can find it in herself and forgive me enough to help me with my investigation of the mask. Wait, it's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing changed since that day. Ja, da wir jetzt gerade neue Zuschauer haben, Mai Kawakura ist das Mädchen, was Reina damals festgehalten hat am Schrein. Die gehört halt zu der Familie, zu der der Schrein gehört, und die wollte diese Maske von der. Deswegen hat die festgehalten. So. Huh. Oh, it's you. I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw that picture on the TV news. And maybe the 7chan message. 7chan! After I looked you up. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remembered meeting you and couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Oh, of course, it's not good or anything, but you know, you never know who you'll meet in this business. Everyone always seems so unassuming. I mean, that's not to say any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there. Like, wow. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Alright, sorry. Yes. Hello again. I'm looking for Mai Kawana. Have you seen her? 4chan's reference? Yeah. 7chan. Okay. You're looking for Mai again, huh? Are you sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the happenings the last time you were here. I mean, you've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best for you to leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. I suppose she'd be at the shrine that's down the street like usual. Mai's very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall, and why are the cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Pranus subhertila. Okay. That sometimes blooms twice each year. At least, that's what it says online. Who have thought we'd have them here in Kamakura? Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of the town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossoms tree that blooms in fall? I've never seen that. Are you sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Impossible? Do you doubt my botanity expertise? Impossibly would be if the seasons started reversing themselves, don't you think? Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Huh? You say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so beautiful. Don't they put your mind at ease? Wow, musste er das erwähnen? Mir fällt gerade ein, als wir zum ersten Mal hier waren, hat Ito extra nochmal gesagt, dass sie unbedingt mal ein Picknick mit Tanaka hier machen muss, wenn die Kirschblüten wieder blühen. Is Mai's grandmother still at that house near here? Huh, you want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all the people around here. I don't see her going out much, though. Oh, yes, that reminds me. When you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kavanagh is old, and losing her factually is a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake. Can you remember anything like that? Nein. Oh, I see. I'm sure it will turn up. Ach, fuck, jetzt habe ich... Ja. Ein Glück hat es mich jetzt nicht wirklich weggebracht. Okay. Hier ist das alte Haus. Ja. Darin war die Großmutter, die uns die Maske gegeben hat. So. Ich gehe als erstes zum Schrein. Da ist sie. Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kavanagh family shrine. In front of me was May Kavanagh, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat months before. This time, it was me she was terrified of. We were the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. A familiar presence watching from the shadows. Verschwinde! Verschwinde! Ich bitte dich! Verschwinde! Okay, ich kann nichts machen. Hier läuft ein Timer, aber... Ach so! Okay, was? Kill her. No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. Holy shit! Whoa! You? The detective from before? Why are you just standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies, I'm sorry. For everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now? I didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you'd want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? It's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could have to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask the red-headed girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles herself about darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me that mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry. Listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I don't think you're right about the mask having something to do with all the strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything about, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry, Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on this phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me about how my parents died. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at a kendo dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the kendo world. It sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he will speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. Krass. Holy shit. Was will die Crazy Lady von unserem Boyfriend? Ist es wegen dem Fall, an dem er saß? Naja, der Fall, an dem er saß, führte ihn halt hierher. Und die Crazy Lady hat ihn entführt, wahrscheinlich wegen dem Tag, an dem wir hier waren und sie erschossen haben. Oder ich sie erschossen habe. Go away, no visitors. Oh, Mann. Ach so. Das heißt, ich muss jetzt nach Enter. Okay, also ich darf offensichtlich nur nach Asakusa. Meistens habe ich die Wahl, wohin ich gehe. Aber jetzt will die Story, dass ich dahin gehe. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be different and convoluted. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The letter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to the HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Yukimura ist ihr Boss. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Ha! Dem geht's gut. Bei Octopus Balls. Nein, danke. Nein, danke. Tourists. Likely, I can hear them speaking English. Ugh, my English isn't so great. So I doubt they'll be much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there. Is there something we can help you with? Huh? I don't speak wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, it'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me, I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Why, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry. I just, I never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No, I mean, no, please. Japanese is fine. Sorry. I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? No. We come to Asakusa every year, and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock attention, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold though. Okay. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It was a very traditional aesthetic. Hey, it has... Who are you? Detective, huh? I recognize you from the papers. This is about Mai, right? I had a few questions about your family. Mai said you could help me. She did she? How'd you get that out of her, I wonder? I'm sorry, Detective. I don't know anything about my family. That would be of use to you. I haven't even asked you anything yet. Good. Let's keep it that way. At any rate, I'm busy. You can see yourself out. Shit. Ich hätte Friend gesagt. Ja, gut. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften her brother up. Muss ich jetzt wieder zurück nach Kamakura? Um Mai zu sagen, dass ihr Bruder nicht reden will, um dann zurück nach Asakusa zu gehen. Are you serious? Wartet mal kurz, Freunde. So. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found Big Brother, alright. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No, no more, stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know that happy... I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Wait. What's this? A dead crow lays in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun to eat its remains. Ich wollte gerade sagen, die saß hier oben. Die saß hier oben. I said no visitors, leave me alone. Grandma, it's me, please open the door. Mai? Oh Mai, it's you. Please come in, yes, come in. Und ich? Okay. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma, she's here to help. Help? Ha, don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something, and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss what that horrid thing there. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, detective? A dark place, where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko, you mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know? Your mother. And you, detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me, and besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? What? Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right here. Thought I've told you this story so many times. You don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use of this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, the kami of fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new kami were born from her suffering, kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, they ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desires to his love, Izanagi set his calm alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanami attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world. Yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths? We're talking about real things. The story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might be hiding things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad too. No, stop. I'll tell you how your parents, You can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked. No, Mai, please, you must listen. They might be listening. they're still out there. And they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to you and check soon. Don't go. Please. Goodbye, Grandma. Wow. I'm sorry. She's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Whoa, whoa. Where do you think you're going? Mai and I are leaving. What of it? Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandmother and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I don't ask what they are, but I wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again, but I must be pretty bad if she called. Mai's an adult. Her grandmother can keep her here. Let's go. No, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere. Ito, what are you doing? Is he going to be okay? He'll be up again in a few hours. Why did he stop us like that? He never done that before. Still, you shouldn't have done that. He'll be fine. Let's go. Wait, you just can't... You can't just leave him like that here. What if he's hurt? Mai, let's go. He might be not the only one who wants to stop us. But fine. Let's go. Ein Moment. So, damit müssen wir wieder zurück nach Asakusa. So, Freunde. Da sind wir wieder in Asakusa. Jetzt gehen wir dem mal schön auf den Sack. Mai? What are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely, if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No, if I came alone, you'd just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away. So, you do know what that is? I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. Mai, I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, the mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Mai was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past away from you. The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult named Kamenkai, of which our parents were members. A cult? You're kidding. How your parents get mixed up like in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised... Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They choose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Kamenkai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and I didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it was unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believe it could do, I don't know. Do you think there are any members of the Kamenkai left you'd know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died, all of them, including our parents. I'm sorry I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with May in her arms and me dragging behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that her parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Kamenkai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? I don't believe it. That's true. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the Kamenkai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt both of us dearly. For me, pursuing Kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was so scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers, holding nothing but the mask, the same one from the cold compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air. Or maybe some gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. I had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom in the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of your past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard what happened to my partner. This mask was there when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Mai, you've helped plenty. But I have to do this on my own. Ito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved into something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright. Thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. There were always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to it be around. Maybe lying to May against makes me a hypocrite, but all I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint. Though, I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did. Except for one man. On this street, there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it in the way in. An old historian named Yasuhisa in there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what it really is. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. Wow. Honestly hätte ich mir Spannenderes vorgestellt, als sie waren in einem Kult und sind dann gestorben in einer Nacht, for whatever reason. Aber ein Moment, Live-Chat, geht gleich weiter. Aber ja. Wir können hier übrigens... Okay, Live-Chat, sollen wir Oktopusbälle kaufen? Ich weiß nicht genau, was das macht, aber... Ein Kult ist immer weird. Ja, das stimmt. Also, Live-Chat. Oktopusbälle? Ja, okay, alles klar. Oktopusbälle. Hello there. Would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at food stand at the festival. They will make you question everything you knew about octopus in ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, Mist. Best takoyaki on all the islands. Enter the tea shop.